Hey folks, doing great today. Representing Cowdog and Chicago Acoustic Underground. Yeah, they sent me some free clothes. I'm gonna wear them. You know, haven't had any new clothes in a long time. Seriously, I haven't had any new clothes at all. So I'm representing Chicago Acoustic Underground, Cowdog Records, Ellis Clark, Kleeman, Goodbye Home, lots of other good folks. But what I'd like to do for this video is I'd like to use the video to encourage Omahans to check out Jesse's new record store. It's a used record store down in the market called Hip Stop. And Jesse is a good guy, and just like me, you know, he's struggling, but he's a decent guy, you know, and that's really the reason why I'm doing this, is because Jesse's a good person. Good people deserve a chance, you know. So many really indecent people are on top of the game in this world, and it's just not right. And Jesse is someone who deserves a chance. I went down there yesterday and took him a Kleeman album because he wanted to buy the Kleeman album, and took a look in the store, and I bought a couple things. I got to keep it, you know, I want to support him, but, you know, I got to watch my money. But I could have spent a couple $100. You know, he has some decent things in the store. He really does. Besides that, you know, he's a former skater, so he's got skate stuff available. Hip Stop down in the Antique Annex on, is it 11th, 12th and Howard in Omaha. Check him out. So I just bought a couple things from him yesterday. I got this Benny Wallace album with David Holland and Elvin Jones, Big Jim's Tango. I have to go for things that are cheap. This was water damaged, so it was only $4. Elvin and Dave Holland alone are going to give you something to listen to. Benny Wallace is pretty decent, but the Enja is a great label. But the rhythm section is what carries this album. No offense to Benny, okay? But seriously, I knew that I've already listened to one whole side of this, and Benny's pretty good. But Dave and Elvin give you plenty to listen to, so I bought this. I bought 2 more records. Have to keep it down. Believe it or not, folks, I bought this. Grateful Dead, Live Dead. They only wanted $4 for it, and it's a little noisy playing, but I'm not going to play this that much. I used to own Grateful Dead records, got rid of them. Seen the Grateful Dead once, was supposed to see him twice. The second time I never made it out of the parking lot. It was at Red Rocks. What a party. But this is the one of their albums, besides Axamaxoa, that if I were to have anything in this collection now, Live Dead and, you know, Anthem of the Sun is pretty good too. But Dark Star on here is, it's one of those things, like, to me, there's certain musics historically that I think that someone who wants to say that they know about the history of music, they need to hear. Dark Star by Grateful Dead is one of them. Like, just like John Coltrane, Love Supreme, you know. Some folks don't get it, and that's fine, but it's something you ought to be exposed to. Grateful Dead is one of those. I was most happy to find this at Jesse's place, Amazing Blondell. This English music, just, it's like, it feels very at home to me. Just like we were talking yesterday, Jesse and I. Jesse loves soul music, and I do too, you know, that down home feel. Not so much, he was saying, it's not so much the blues, it's the soul music, you know, and I agree with that. And I'm the same. I like soul music much better than blues. Just like soul music makes a lot of people feel at home and warm, This English rock and English folk from the 60s and 70s does that for me as well. Probably has to do with my orientation, to do with the British, the original British wave of music, the Beatles and stuff. But this is my music. And I really like this album. I find it very comforting to listen to. I like the sound of this band, Blondell. I love the Island label. So I just, want to encourage folks to get on down and check out Jesse's shop, Hip Stop. I listened to this yesterday, and yeah, I like this. I'm not interested in what he's screaming about, no, but I like the texture, and it's something that I need to be in the mood for. This is a good album, but I'm gonna tell you something, and I ain't ashamed of doing this. This is just as good as this. Actually, my album is better than this. For what it is. All you do is listen, you know. These are good albums. This one is better. It is. Listen to it and then come back at me. I'm serious. Yesterday also I played this. I was as I've been getting feeling better, I've been taking naps, and so I was laying down yesterday and I played Desert Shore. Mark Kozilek, formerly of Red House Painters, Drawing of Threes. This was beautiful. It's a beautiful album. Beautiful album. I'll riff a few more minutes before I go. Doing some studio work. I'm going to be on Lonnie Eugene Methy's next album. He sent me tracks to work on, and I really like them. Really like this stuff. I don't know what kind of vocals are going to go on them, but the melodies of these tracks I like a lot. I did a rough bass on one track, sent it to him yesterday. He got back to this one, he really likes it, so it's a go. So that's a new record I'm working on. I'll be working on that today, actually. The only thing I want to say otherwise is just how truly insane the news is. I'm talking about Monica Lewinsky again. How insane. That stuff in Nigeria. Just gonna steal the girls and just gonna steal them like cattle. And hasn't anyone noticed that the only time that the United States seems to give a shit about anything is if there's money involved? People don't count. It's so sad. It's just, I just have to just say it, Decent people deserve better, and just some of the worst reprobate motherfuckers are getting away with absolute murder. It does stick in my craw. It pisses me off. It does. Supposed to get up to 95 in Omaha today. Extreme weather. Is it extreme? I don't know. I think I'm about to just go ahead and disengage for today because I've shared what I wanted to share about Jesse's shop. I wanted to let you know that I did listen to this and I like this. I did also want to tell you unashamedly that this is just as good, if not better. This is as good as any. This is really as good as anything out. The fact that I'm not pursuing critics or reviews has nothing to do with it. I'm going direct to the people, the listener, and the listener has spoken. The listener repeatedly tells me how much Flyover is good. So I'm not blowing smoke. I'm telling the truth. I'll talk to you in a minute.